Good afternoon, Ospreys. You're watching Nest News, live at the Student Union. I'm Gabrielle Forbes.
And I'm Sonia Romano. On today's show, UNF Pride Club concerns,
A Board of Governors meeting recap,
student government election validations,
internship concerns,
graduation prep,
time tickets released,
and a sports update. So stay tuned and enjoy the show.
On March 10th, the Florida legislature passed a bill that bans local governments from funding or promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. Spinnaker spoke with the UNF Pride Club president, Asar Hicks, who described this recent legislation as an act of erasure. It's in the interest of erasure because that means no Florida government officials, state or local, can openly help fund the Pride Parade or celebrations or events. It's trying to really finalize the current American narrative, trying to solidify that, Hicks said. Spinnaker also spoke to the former director of the UNF's LGBTQ+ Center, Manuel Velasquez, who said at its core, the bill limits the ability of local communities to support initiatives that recognize and uplift people from different backgrounds. For many people, those programs aren't abstract ideas. They are real spaces where we can feel seen, supported, and connected. Velasquez said the response to the bill is the most important, encouraging advocacy, voting, and conversations about the bill and similar matters. Though this Florida Senate bill does not ban pride festivals or parades in the state, Florida House Speaker Daniel Perez acknowledged the bill would establish new restrictions on supporting or promoting them. Do we want taxpayers' dollars to be used to put on certain events that have to do with DEI promoted by local governments? No, we don't, but that doesn't inhibit the ability for local governments to be able to have a gay pride festival if that's what they choose to do, Perez said to the press. UNF provided no comment on the concerns related to this bill.
On March 25th to 26th, the Florida Board of Governors met to discuss the permanent presidential search, degree requirements, and artificial intelligence among topics. Chairman Alan Levine said that UNF is still looking for permanent presidents, and the Presidential Search Committee will have its first meeting on March 31st. In Florida, students currently need at least 120 credit hours to earn a bachelor's degree, but the Board of Governors has considered allowing bachelor's degrees requiring about 90 credits. Dr. Lynn Nelson, Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and Innovation, gave an overview of what the board should consider. Falconetti said that UNF is exploring bachelor's degrees with fewer credit hours, with a focus on meeting workforce needs. The Florida Board welcomes Google Public Sector's Chief Technology Officer Chris Hine to discuss the benefits and drawbacks of AI. We need to be able to put the right guardrails in place so that when you're using artificial intelligence at a university system, you're keeping in mind that there is this incredible opportunity, and yet there is also going to be quite a bit of risk that we need to be able to accommodate for, said BOG Chair Alan Levine. Contrary to the mixed reactions from student board members, UNF continues to roll out AI certifications. For more information, you can visit our website.
The University of North Florida student government validated the spring 2026 election results on Friday, officially naming Talon Party candidates Hazel Joseph and Tommy Mazzella as student body president and vice president. Senator Hunter Hayes, who ran for the vice president seat in the opposing Sam Party, offered his congratulations to the incoming administration. We are all here in the student government to do what's best for the students. At the end of the day, I believe Hazel Joseph and Tommy Mazzella will do what's right for the student body. Before the election results were validated, 2 SAM members spoke with Spinnaker about their concerns regarding representation and party legitimacy in student government. I'm concerned with the people elected, because there is an overwhelming amount of Greek life, said the University and Student Affairs Chair, Shipton McDonald. Though Elias and McDonald are involved in Greek life at UNF, they said students from international, religious, and non-Greek life backgrounds should also have a voice in the Senate. Student government committees will hold meetings on Friday, April 3rd. For more information, be sure to check out our website.
As students may know, some degrees require an internship program to graduate, but finding one isn't always easy. Tashawn Charity spoke to Professor Bobby Doggett for details on the process works.
With the summer internship date fastly approaching, I was able to get an interview with Communications Internship Coordinator Bobby Doggett to see what students can do to better prepare.
Well, first, I'm Professor Bobby Doggett, and I am the internship coordinator for the School of Communication. So every student in the School of Communication, no matter what your major is, you're required to have an educational internship, and it's an academic internship experience. The application process has changed a little bit this year because our general counsel, which is our lawyers, and our board of trustees now want us to have contractual agreements with every single company that we have interns with. Now, so let's say you wanted to go to a certain company that didn't have a contract yet. So what I do is I give you as a student those contracts, you take them to that company and say, hey, I really want to do this internship with you. They really want to work with you too. Then they have to submit those contracts. So once we have a company on board, then we basically, the student can go interview just like they would with a job interview. If they're offered the internship, then they have a quick application that they have to fill out. But other than that, as long as they have all the prerequisites and are of senior status, they are good to go for that internship. I can understand the students' concerns right now because we have to get those contracts and they have to go through a lot of steps before they're approved. So I can see where students are concerned, but we're going to work with the students. I can promise the students if a company has submitted a contract, we will work with the student to see and make sure that that company gets approved. So right now we've extended the deadline. It was this Friday, April 3rd, but we've extended it, and we're going to keep doing that as long as General Counsel says we can do that.
Some more information. The contractual agreement that the businesses must go through to be pre-approved is universal, but students must speak with their respective internship coordinators for their schools. It is encouraged for students to start the application process early for their internships. Additional information can be found at the UNF website. With that, I'm Tashawn Charity with Nest News.
April is here, and students are receiving information about their graduation ceremonies. Reporter David Green has some new details.
If you're like me and graduating at the end of the semester, you'll want to know everything you need before that big day arrives. One of the most crucial pieces being to check in at the field house behind me. The Osprey Field House is where check-in for your graduation ceremony will occur. You'll need to check in at least 1 hour before your graduation ceremony. Here, you'll be given the card that will have your name and pronunciation of your name, your degree, Latin honors, and everything else the speaker will be designating as you walk across the stage. Graduation will be Friday, May 1st, and you'll be sat according to which college you attended. Tickets for graduation ceremonies have also gone live this past week. Be sure to claim your tickets before April 6th at 12 p.m. And if you need to, be sure to put in your request for extra tickets. Good luck and congratulations, Ospreys. I'm David Green, Spinnaker TV.
Today, Friday, April 3rd, registration time tickets for the summer 2026 and fall 2026 semesters will be available to view in MyWings. To see your time ticket, you can go to the MyWings portal, click on the Student tab, click on Registration, and scroll down to view the time ticket. Registration by time ticket will open on April 13th, and open registration will begin on April 20th.
And now to Ryan for your sports update.
Hello everyone, I hope you are enjoying all the sun we've had lately because it seems like our athletic teams have with the way that they've been shining. So without further ado, let's get right into this week's UNF Sports Update. Starting things on the course, the Ospreys men's golf team had their strongest showing of the season as in a competitive 15-team field at the Seahawk Invitational, they clawed their way to a 6th place finish, highlighted by an outstanding individual performance by senior Adam Verroot. Next up, UNF will travel to Richmond, Virginia for the Giles Spratley Collegiate. Chipping things over to the women's side, the UNF women's golf team flexed their muscles in their final meet of the season, as at the Coach Mo Classic in St. Augustine, the Ospreys snagged a 6th place finish out of 16 teams. They will seek to carry this momentum into the upcoming ASUN Championships on April 17th. Swinging things over to the hard court, the UNF women's tennis team notched 2 more W's over the weekend as they took down fellow in-state program FIU 4-1 and followed that up with a 5-2 victory over Austin Peay. Now at 19-0, the Ospreys sit only 3 wins away from a perfect regular season. They will head to Fort Myers next for a 2-match slate against FGCU and South Alabama. Checking in on the men's side, the Ospreys men's tennis team added on to their recent hot streak by taking down ASUN foe FGCU 4-1 last Friday. This marked the 3rd straight victory for UNF as they hope to keep things going heading into their final regular season match against Stetson on Saturday. Batting things over to the diamond, the Ospreys baseball team has continued their dominant stretch to start ASUN play as they took all 3 games against JU this past weekend and have now won 8 straight in the conference. UNF will look to build upon this historic start heading into a 3-game series against Queens this weekend. That's all I have for you all today. See you next time.
Well, Ospreys, that's all for today. Also, as a reminder, next week, April 8th, is Giving Day. So please consider donating to Spinnaker and supporting college media.
And for all things Spinnaker, check out our website at unfspinnaker.com or our Instagram at UNFSpinnaker for more content.
As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Sonia Romano.
I'm Gabrielle Forbes, and we'll see you next week on Spinnaker's Nest News.
Swoop!